Japanese Grand Prix today, in which Max Verstappen won his 12th race of the season, and after the end of the race, Max Verstappen has now sealed his second World Championship, second Formula One drivers title. But this was not as straightforward as it seems because of what happened in terms of the race distance and the range. So let me just break down that for you. So what happened was the Japanese Grand Prix started on time, but after 3 laps the race was suspended due to heavy rains once Carlos Sainz had a huge crash. So we had about a 2.5 hour break in between before racing resumed with just 42 minutes left on the clock. So the race time is about 3 hours including the suspension time. So after about 2 hours of break we had only about 42 minutes of time left. So which meant we had only about 29 laps of the 53 laps is the Japanese Grand Prix length. We had only about 29. This is just over half distance. So what the rule says is unless and until you hit 75% of the race distance, full points will not be awarded. Since last year it used to be only half points if it's less than 75. But after the farce of Belgian Grand Prix 2021 where only we had 3 laps and of racing, that too behind safety car, and 50 points were awarded, the FIA changed the rules into a staggered system. So what the staggered system means is basically if the race distance that was run is between 50 to 75%, the winner gets only 19 points, the second place gets 14, the third place gets 12, and it's a sliding scale from there on. So when we finished the race today, everyone thought since only about 52% of the race was completed, Max Verstappen was going to get only 19 points, with Leclerc even after his time penalty getting 12 points, which means a 7 points difference. Max Verstappen needed a 8 points difference from this race over Leclerc to seal the title here. But what actually the regulations states, which we found out a bit later, is that in case if the race was suspended, if it ended suspended, is when the staggered system would come into place. But what had happened actually was today the race was suspended, and after that on the time limit, which is at the end of 3 hours on the clock, was when the race ended as per the time limit. So the staggered system of points awarding was not needed and the full points was given, which meant Verstappen took whole 25 points while Leclerc had only 15 points for his third place finish. It should also be noted that Leclerc finished second on the road but was given a 5-second time penalty for cutting the final corner on the final lap of the race. So which means now Verstappen has an unassailable lead of 113 points over Sergio Perez, who is now second in the title race. I mean the race is eventually ended now, and 114 over Charles Leclerc. So again, this is the FIA, I mean legally speaking this is the right interpretation of the rules, but I don't know if it was the intended meaning of the rules, because last year what had happened was they didn't want a situation where only a few laps was run just to count it as a race. So we still have to wait for more clarification from the FIA in case if there was only 3 laps possible after the red flag. Say only we had 10 minutes or 15 minutes of racing and only a couple of laps was possible, would that, even in that case, would they have given full points? We don't know. But all these controversies aside, let's not take anything away from what Verstappen has done this year. The Dutchman has now scored 12 wins out of the 18 races this year, and he was more than 45-50 points after the first 3 races. He retired from Bahrain, he retired from Australia, 2 races which Leclerc won at the start of the year, and he was down in the points table after the 3 races. He was nearly, as I said, more than 45-50 points behind Leclerc in the standings. To turn around the season from there and to seal the title with 4 races left in the season is a remarkable turnaround both by the driver and the team, which is Red Bull Racing here. And a quick word on why this performance is very special from Verstappen. You have to realize that at the start of the year, the Red Bull did not have a quick car like the Ferrari. It was not as quick as the Ferrari, and more importantly, the car did not suit Verstappen's style. Verstappen has a very specific style where he likes and very strong input when he makes his first steering input, which is He needs a strong front end, which is what we call in Formula 1 terms, which is a strong front end. So that's what he wanted. He did not have that at the start of the year, but towards the midway through the season, when Red Bull was able to bring the upgrades to the car and the car became more suited to his driving style, he just went on a rampage, winning pretty much every race after Austria till Singapore, and again today in Japan. And today was another example of how commanding he has command over his racecraft. He won by nearly 27 seconds over the second place driver in a wet race where your skills need to be at the top of the game, and your skills actually shine through for an F1 driver. This is the ultimate test, and he came out in flying colors. So a well-deserved second world title, and probably more to come.